An incredible rescue caught on camera. A teenager lost at sea for 49 days with no food, no water, and no way to steer.
Welcome to Unspoken Minutes. Have you ever imagined being lost at sea with only the vast expanse of water surrounding you? These 10 incredible stories of survival reveal the strength and resilience of people who face this terrifying reality, defying the odds and finding a way to make it home. 1. Stephen Callahan, 76 Days Adrift. In 1982, Stephen Callahan set off alone across the Atlantic in a small sailboat named Napoleon Solo. Just days into his voyage, a storm struck, and his vessel was punctured by an unknown object. With no hope of repair, Callahan climbed into a tiny life raft with a spear gun, a solar still, and 3 pounds of food. For 76 days, he floated more than 1,800 miles. Battling sharks, salt sores, storms, and dehydration, he survived by catching fish and collecting rainwater. When he was finally rescued by fishermen near the Caribbean, he had lost nearly a third of his body weight, but gained a lifetime of respect for the ocean. 2. Poon Lim, 133 days alone. During World War II, Chinese sailor Poon Lim was working on a British merchant ship when it was torpedoed by a German U-boat. He alone managed to escape on a wooden life raft. Equipped with only a few supplies, Lim turned the raft into a survival hub. He fashioned hooks from nails, caught fish, collected rainwater, and even killed a shark for meat. After 133 days at sea, he was rescued by Brazilian fishermen. His story remains one of the longest solo survivals at sea in recorded history. 3. Maurice and Maralyn Bailey, surviving as a couple. In 1973, British couple Maurice and Maralyn Bailey were sailing across the Pacific when a whale collided with their boat. The vessel sank, and the Baileys scrambled into a dinghy with a life raft. For 117 days, the couple endured searing sun, storms, and dwindling supplies. They survived on rainwater and raw fish, and read how-to books on survival to keep hope alive. When a passing ship finally spotted them, they were on the brink of death. But together they proved the power of companionship in even the harshest conditions. 4. José Salvador Alvarenga, 438 days of isolation. Perhaps one of the most astounding sea survival stories ever recorded. José Salvador Alvarenga was a Salvadoran fisherman who set out on a 2-day trip in 2012 and ended up adrift for over 14 months. A storm damaged his equipment and blew his boat off course. His partner died after a few weeks, but Alvarenga carried on. He survived by catching turtles, birds, and fish with his bare hands and drinking rainwater. He finally washed ashore in the Marshall Islands, disoriented, dehydrated, and nearly unrecognizable. 5. Tami Oldham Ashcraft, surviving a hurricane. In 1983, Tami Oldham Ashcraft and her fiancé, Richard Sharp, were delivering a yacht across the Pacific when they sailed directly into Hurricane Raymond. The storm flipped their boat. Richard was thrown overboard and lost. Tami, injured and grieving, managed to survive alone. She rigged a makeshift sail and navigated 1,500 miles to Hawaii over 41 harrowing days. Her story became the inspiration for the film Adrift, reminding us of the thin line between tragedy and survival. 6. Alexander Selkirk, the real-life Robinson Crusoe. In the early 1700s, Scottish sailor Alexander Selkirk argued with his captain and demanded to be left on an uninhabited island in the South Pacific. He expected a quick rescue, but it took 4 years. Selkirk survived by hunting goats, gathering fruit, and crafting shelter from branches. He was eventually rescued by a British ship. His incredible tale of solitude inspired Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe, making him a legend in sea survival lore. 7. Louis Zamperini, lost and captured. After his bomber crashed in the Pacific during World War II, Olympian and soldier Louis Zamperini drifted in a life raft with 2 crew members for 47 days. They faced shark attacks, starvation, and enemy aircraft. Zamperini was eventually picked up, not by rescuers, but by a Japanese warship. He was taken to a POW camp and endured years of torture. His unbreakable spirit was immortalized in the book and film Unbroken. 8. Callahan family, surviving together. Not all survival stories are solo. The Callahan family, parents, and 2 young children, were stranded for days when their catamaran was damaged in the Indian Ocean. Working together, they rationed food, used solar stills for water, and kept spirits high with songs and games. Their unity helped them stay calm and think clearly until they were rescued by a passing cargo ship. 9. Bill Butler and Simonne, attacked by whales. In 1989, American couple Bill and Simonne Butler were crossing the Pacific when their yacht was struck by a pod of whales. The vessel sank in minutes. With minimal supplies, they survived 66 days on a raft, eating fish and collecting rainwater. They endured storms, shark threats, and near starvation. Their faith and determination kept them alive until they were rescued near Costa Rica. 10. The 4 fishermen of Kiribati. In 2010, 4 fishermen from Kiribati went missing during a routine trip. With no GPS and a faulty engine, they drifted for over 50 days across the Pacific. They survived by drinking rainwater and eating raw fish. When they were finally rescued by a tuna boat, only 3 had survived. Their story is a haunting reminder of how quickly routine can become survival. The power of the human spirit. The ocean is vast, powerful, and unforgiving. Yet time and again, these stories remind us of one thing: the incredible resilience of the human spirit. These people were pushed to the brink, yet they didn't give in. Whether alone or with loved ones, with tools or without, they made it through. And so, we ask you, if you were lost at sea, what would keep you going? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Unspoken Minutes for more real stories of courage, survival, and the human experience.